Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hero School for Honor. So this time, I have the wonderful honor of having EnderVex with me. Again, we already had done a previous live stream video together, but we wanted to do something, like with a bit more pizzazz to it. So we're doing a properly edited video this time. So EnderVex is going to teach me the ways of the Kensei. Ender, thank you very much for being here with me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you back because so many people loved our previous live stream that we did and they really wanted us to see, like an edited video. So, I guess let's start out with a little introduction. So, can you tell us how much experience do you have playing the Kensei in this relatively young game? And why is the Kensei out of all the classes the class that you chose to invest this much time into?
Yeah, of course. So, this open beta is my fourth test. The first being the closed alpha, and for the first three, the closed alpha, the technical test, and the closed beta, Kensei is the only class I've played. Uh, just now in the open beta, I started branching out, so I've essentially only played Kensei for my extensive time with the game. Um, I personally chose Kensei. One, because I chose the samurai to play because I think they look awesome. I like their culture, but Kensei in particular, I really like the way he looks. And after watching like people like Hanno, Brando, and other skilled Kenseis play him, I really liked his play style, and so I just stuck with him.
All right, that's awesome. So, do you think you can impart the ways of the Kensei to me?
Absolutely.
All right, then, let's get right into it. All right, so let's just jump right in, Ender. I guess the most important thing that we want to know, since, we're all really new to this whole Kensei class, what exactly is the bread and butter? What are the main tools that the Kensei has when he fights another class?
Okay, so there are a couple of main basic tools. One, most notable, is his range. His attacks lunge forward very much, and stepping back, you also have the range on that. You can catch opponents in their advance, like that,
Hmm.
when you step back. Kensei also has a thing, or a move called Grasping Pounce, which is a long-range guard break. And basically, he can dash and guard break in the same animation, like that.
Nice.
Now, another thing Kensei has, the only Vanguard with this, is side dash attacks, as such. These are used, exactly. These are primarily used when your opponent attacks, so Klyka do a top heavy.
Hmm.
Basically, use them as a reaction because he's in the recovery animation. Do a left heavy. And he could not block that.
And of course, because you're doing a dodge, you're dodging straight through my attack while also
Exactly.
attacking. Right.
So it's, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just.
Oh,
There
oh
we go.
God.
It does show off his range.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now there's another thing. Basically, a lot of the gateway to the advanced strategy is the overhead unblockable. So Kensei primarily revolves around 3-hit chains. These can be started by light attacks, heavy attacks, guard breaks, and dash attacks. And at the end of a chain, he has an unblockable attack.
Oh, nice.
When you end a 3-hit chain in a top heavy, it always comes out as unblockable. If you end a 3-hit chain in a side heavy, it's uninterruptible. Okay, so Klyka, I want you to attack me when I perform that third hit.
All right, with a light attack, I'll do it. Okay. Ah, that actually, I'm gonna block you. I think that works then.
Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna start
Yeah,
from
so
further over.
you can see how far the range is that he has. Yeah, you're in
Exactly.
uninterruptible. I hit you there and it showed the uninterruptible armor, yeah.
Of course. All right. Now, another thing Kensei has is like a keep, put your guard to the side.
Hmm.
He has a forward dash attack called Helm Splitter.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very, very fast. And it's good to use. It's good to use against assassins because of reflex block, and it's good to use as an opener against an opponent not in a top stance.
It has a very
But
huge
yeah,
range again, yeah.
it does. Yeah, because not only does he dash, but the attack goes forward as well.
Hmm. All right, so the Kensei has this guard break dash, which gives him like a really long range. But
Yeah.
is there anything special about his guard breaks? How do you incorporate his guard breaks into his fighting style?
Okay, so Kensei's guard breaks with the long range guard break. Later on, when we talk about feints, he can feint into a guard break. But at the basic level, Kensei's guard breaks allow him to they act as a chain starter. So if I guard break you,
Ah, it's actually only 2 hits for the top heavy. They're
yes, because
unblockable.
the guard break acts as a chain starter.
Right.
So things that you can do off of a guard break. So the one that I make use of the most is guaranteed top heavy. You cannot block that.
Ah, okay. That just comes with every guard break comes an unblockable top heavy.
Yeah, or I mean, yes, basically that or any light attack.
Oh,
Any
right.
light attack you want. Another thing Kensei has is come over to this wall.
Hmm.
So he can guard break people and throw them for a guaranteed top heavy unblockable.
Oh, nice. So the throw counts as the second part of the free hit combo,
Yes.
and you also stun me, and I can't dodge out of your unblockable. Nice. That's sweet.
No. Yes. So against a wall, you can't do anything to stop the unblockable.
Right.
And you also have noticed that Kensei's throw dazes. It takes away your UI.
Yeah, I don't have my UI for about, I don't know, like 2 seconds or something.
Yeah. And basically that means you can't see indicators.
Yeah. You can still block, of course, but you know, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the indicators, making it that much harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. So now I see how you put the guard breaks into your combo. Nice.
Absolutely.
So you said this earlier a bit. You said that feints belong to the Kensei. So what exactly do the feints mean for the Kensei, and what kind of feints can he do, and how do they work with the combos?
Okay, so the reason why I said that Kensei feints belong to Kensei, they're his probably his most powerful tool, is because his heavy attacks and his attacks in general, aside from the top light, are extremely slow and very dangerous to just throw out. They are very easily parried, and if they miss the parry, then they can just get blocked. They come from a mile away. You can see them. They're extremely telegraphed. So Kensei has 2 types of feints. One, which is available to all characters, is called a hard feint. Exactly like that, where you cancel a heavy attack. Like that. And we'll go more into that later. But a type of feint exclusive, or in the particular scenario to Kensei's combos, exclusive to the Kensei, is a soft feint, which is done by he does it on his unblockable. So I'm going to demonstrate this real quick.
Okay,
I do this by the moment I see the flames of the unblockable start, I switch my guard to the left or the right, and I press either light attack or heavy attack.
Without pressing the feint button.
Without pressing the feint button.
All right,
yes,
okay.
I'm changing it just by switching my guard. So I will demonstrate.
Nice, okay.
And if you'll notice that when I feinted into the side heavy, it's uninterruptible.
Yeah, I saw the uninterruptible armor there. You were glowing. Yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So that means basically they can't attack you out of that. All right.
Like if they hit you, they will get hit back in return.
Exactly. They can't stop the trade. Now, Kensei can also do this with light attacks.
Oh, nice.
Which are much faster. And they can be done to essentially throw your opponent off guard with how fast they are.
And since they're soft feints and not like an actual hard feint, they don't cost additional stamina, do they?
Yeah, you're right. They do not.
They do not. Nice.
Basically.
Yeah, because the hard feint costs the extra stamina step.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Does the soft feint only come from the top unblockable?
Yes, Kensei cannot just attack and then move his guard. He can't do that. It only comes from the unblockable.
So the top unblockable in the 3-hit combo can be soft feinted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kensei
nice.
can... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just said nice.
All right. Kensei can also soft feint the top unblockable with a dash.
Oh, backwards dash. Okay.
I did that backwards. You could do it to the side.
Nice.
And I'm just going to demonstrate a possible use. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll move away a bit. That range on the Kensei. Ah, okay.
So a dash attack. Feint into the dash attack, basically.
Yeah. I take it
That's
you
the
could
idea.
also dash forward and do a guard break, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm going to step back. Gotcha. Kensei's range.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So basically, you can actually do something like that two different ways. You could hard feint that just by pressing the feint button and do a guard break, which takes a little longer, or you could soft feint into the guard break.
By just pressing it when
just
the unblockable starts up. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. With that big range of the extra added dash to it. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. And that's essentially it for Kensei soft feints.
Okay, so what is the difference now with the hard feints? What can you do with that?
Okay, so hard feints, basically he can incorporate them into his combos, but there are basic uses. For example,
Ah, right. Hard
break.
feint into guard break, yeah.
Yeah. Or just a basic feint combo.
Right, switching sides.
Switching sides. Or to basically mess up the opponent's timing if they attempt to parry it.
Oh, yeah, right. I could do that real quick if you want me to. We can.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, and you get me.
Exactly. Okay. Now, I previously stated that hard feints are worked into Kensei's combos. And basically, you can do crazy things with them. A basic one is, so if I soft feint the unblockable and then hard feint, I can also, and then I can go into a guard break. Oh, sorry.
No, it's just fine. It's like that range is very hard to. Okay. So you just did a soft feint into another attack, which you then hard feinted, and then you dashed forward and guard broke me. This is you're taking the feint level to the next level.
Yes.
This is crazy.
This is what Kensei needs to do.
Like I just love how much distance you just covered in between all of that.
Exactly.
Like I was a screen away from you, and you just covered that.
Yeah. Another thing Kensei can do is so off of a guard break.
Oh, okay. Just that
Basically,
throw
just
another guard break after the
feint,
unblockable.
I can control the flow of the battle by feinting into whatever I like.
Right. I feel that the Kensei also has the stamina pool to keep this up. Like, it doesn't seem that you get starved for stamina a lot.
Not, like, in a combo that if I feint the unblockable, like feint again, guard break, feint again, you will run out of stamina. But the important thing is to remember is that stamina management is very important, and you're not always going to want to keep feinting. So basically, if you find yourself starving for stamina doing these combos, then you're going to want to take a step back and look at what you could be doing to change that. Okay, that's a hard feint on the
I'm gonna try the soft feint real quick.
Okay, yeah. Change the guard before you
Ah,
attack.
there we go.
Very
Nice.
good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. And this is a, like I said before, Kensei can feint and then attack on the same side.
Yeah. Pretty fast,
So-
actually.
Yeah, this is probably his flashiest one, and it will most definitely screw with your opponent's timing.
Oh, okay, into a light attack at the top there, yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. And basically, that's what Kensei does with feints. There are other creative things you can do, but for example, feint into Helm Splitter.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. But you can incorporate the dodge moves as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what Kensei does with his soft feints.
So, the thing is, we were talking a lot about the Kensei having a long range with his weapon, which is, also something, for example, that Nobushi has. Now, when you parry a Kensei, something very interesting happens that also happens, again, Nobushi and also with the Valkyrie, because they're ranged characters. You can't actually follow them up with a normal guard break like you can do other classes, can you?
No, you cannot. This is on heavy attacks for the Kensei exclusively. So if you parry this heavy attack, try and guard break me.
I can't reach you.
You can't. Now, if I do a light attack, guard break me.
Oh. You're asking things. Okay. Oh, that works. Okay.
Yes, you get it.
So I can't follow up guard break from parrying your heavy, but I can follow up guard break from parrying your light attack.
Yes.
Nice.
So you might be wondering, what do you do if you parry a heavy attack? So
yeah, because I can't follow up. Okay, I'll attack you. Oh, nice, a top light attack.
Yes, a light. If you parry heavy, you get your fastest light, basically.
I'll attack you one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't block it either. I just tried. I just held the stick up. Nice. So you get a guaranteed, as the Kensei, you get a guaranteed top light attack. Nice. Okay. So when I parry your heavy, I can't reach you with the guard break, but you showed me earlier that I can do a dash into a guard break. Can I reach you with that?
You can, but I can tech it.
Oh, okay. Would you like to show that off real quick?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try and parry your heavy and then follow up. Yeah. Okay, so it's not a guaranteed guard break. I can guard break you, but if you know it's coming, you can tech out of it. Nice. The same, of course, doesn't work with a light attack because you get the follow-up guard break on it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, sweet. So at this point, I'd like to ask you, you've shown us all of the moves and you've shown up like very specific things, but can you give us your opinion and your thoughts and your experience on the overall play style of the Kensei and how you play the Kensei?
Okay. So this is something that I've observed a lot. As I mentioned, because Kensei's attacks are so easily parryable, he does not have a good way to start offense. If my opponent's in the top guard, Helm Splitter does not work. If I initiate a dash attack like that, he'll block it. And that's also an extremely easy parry, which is a parried light attack, and that's not good at all. Yeah, you were a little late there.
Yeah.
So at this point, at this current stage, Kensei can be best described as a defensive counterattacker. This is because off of parries, he gets the light for against another Kensei off of a heavy attack parry. He gets the top light. Against other characters without that range, he gets a free guard break, which counts as as I said before, the first hit in a chain. And parry to guard break is basically Kensei's most powerful tool because it allows him to initiate his highest damage and his most tricky mix-ups. At this point, I said defensive. Like, I mean, playing against skilled players, like they'll just it's the point where it's too risky to attack because okay.
Yeah, I whiffed that.
Yeah.
Against skilled players, he said.
Yeah. No, I'm like, because it comes from a mile away. Like even his light attacks, they're just not. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes from a mile away. Like even I can parry those.
Yeah. So at this point, I said Kensei is a defensive counterattacker. So I will demonstrate this. Okay, so do a heavy attack.
Okay.
Forgot. I forgot about it.
You forgot. It's fine. It happens. I'll
do
do
a
it one more
light
time.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm relying on a parry to initiate my offense. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is because, like, just Kensei, aside from his top light, he just does not have much in the way of quick attacks at all. And
he really doesn't know.
Yeah, like, basically. Besides his top light and Helm Splitter. Which, of course, don't work if your opponent's blocking in the top. Other things about Kensei's playstyle is that isolated, like, non-chain attacks will sometimes work on your opponent. Like, for example, this.
The mix-up with the feints again, yeah. But it's all mix-ups with him, isn't it? His fight style is if you play the Kensei straightforward, then you're literally losing, it feels like, pretty much all of his effectiveness.
Yeah, because he's just, he doesn't have the health nor the speed in his attacks to straight out blitz someone. Like, the Warden can do that. I just tried to parry that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't feinted there, you would have easily parried that attack. So again, the feint is like, I feel like they shouldn't call him the Kensei. He should be called like the feinter, basically.
The feinter. I mean,
the feinter.
Yeah, I mean, feinting is incredibly important for all classes, but Kensei, unique situation, he relies on it to get anything done.
How does the Kensei deal? When you say he's a defensive character, how does the Kensei deal with another defensive character? Like, for example, the shield characters, like, say, the Warlord or the Conqueror.
Other defensive characters, the only thing he can do... Okay, so Conqueror, I have, like, nightmares about Conquerors. Because Kensei is extremely reliant upon chains to get, you know, like, this stuff done.
Yeah.
But Conqueror stops all chains.
Because of his superior block.
Yeah, superior block. He stops all chains. So, to defeat another defensive character, like if they're good at counter guard breaking, you're not going to get that avenue off. So, yeah. If you have another defensive character, you're not going to get that off. So, basically, what I mentioned before... the isolated feints and like small pokes, stuff like that. That's really the only way Kensei can deal with someone who is extremely defensive.
Like feinting into Guardbreak, hoping he doesn't counter it, or
Yeah.
just using the environment, I take it, also trying to maneuver them into a
Yeah.
position. All right.
Basically.
So overall, what would you say in if you had to say it in like in one descriptive sentence, what is the overall play style of the Kensei?
The overall play style of the Kensei is a mix-up fighter who relies heavily on fundamentals like parries and guard breaks to get his highest damage and most confusing mix-ups off. That's Kensei.
So after telling us about the playstyle, and we kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but could you tell us, for you personally and in general, what do you think are positive matchups for the Kensei? And what are negative matchups for the Kensei? What do you have the most problems with?
All right, so let's start with positive matchups. One is the Berserker. This is because if a Berserker's light attack is blocked, the opponent gets a guaranteed guard break. And I already demonstrated what happens when Kensei gets a guard break.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. So that's basically the reason. Let's see, what else? Positive matchups. The Raider. Raider is he's a kind of a sad story because he's obsolete at the point where his feints are not fast enough. Kensei can basically do everything he can do, but better. Except damage, of course.
Yeah.
Kensei has more options. That's just how it is. Let's see. I mean,
What
all
would you
shield
say,
care.
what would you say is your favorite class to fight as?
My favorite
Against?
class to fight against?
Yeah.
You mean in terms of like enjoyment or like the ease?
Just mix of both. Just what when you see a class show up on the versus screen, what class do you look forward to the most?
Orochis.
Oh, okay. How come?
This is because like I don't even play Orochi and I know everything they can do. Even high level Orochis, I mean it all revolves around the same it all revolves around the same stuff, you know, quickly dashing in, canceling Storm Rush, that kind of thing, top light combos, feint into top light, stuff like that. So as a defensive player, defensive counterattacker, I can basically effectively handle Orochis very well. Another good matchup, well, I'd say a good matchup to enjoy, but a negative matchup for the class is the Warden.
Oh.
This is because a Warden with good reaction times will never let you get a heavy attack off on the top because of crush and counter. So they're his fastest attacks. They're both his fastest heavy and fastest light attacks. Helm Splitter.
Mine was faster.
Yeah, Helm Splitter can be crush and countered, and you take a bar and a half of damage. Warden's zone attack. This kind of goes for all characters, but Kensei needs to both be able to react to the top lights and the zone attack.
This is the zone attack, by the way.
Yes.
So the Warden basically is favored against the very top-heavy class, the Kensei.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's favored against the Kensei simply because he has more health. His mix-ups are like they're simpler, but they're less predictable. Honestly,
because the Kensei feints and mix-ups are
Yeah.
all kind of around the unblockable.
Another non-favorable matchup for the Kensei is the Kensei.
Yeah.
Because if like I somewhat honestly struggle against fighting good Kenseis because all the stuff that I do when they use it against me, I'm not used to it. Kensei has to be... One of the things about Kensei is that he's constantly keeping his opponent on his toes with feints and stuff like that. But when fighting another Kensei, he also needs to be on his toes, adaptable, responding to all the feints that the opponent could possibly do at any given moment.
While also, of course, keeping his feint game up and like hitting all the
Exactly.
right frames and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say out of all the classes, what is the worst matchup for the Kensei?
Conqueror.
The Conqueror.
Just no contest.
Okay.
Like, not even... Like, Warlord doesn't stop chains. He still gets staggered from heavy attacks. And I can deal with Warlord because, like, I can feint, and then they try to attack. I can parry that, get Guardbreaks, and, you know, start the feint combo. Conqueror doesn't have any of that. Conqueror doesn't have to attack at all, and I would lose the match if I try to initiate offense because of superior block.
Okay, that's pretty crazy. So they can pretty much ruin your
Shut
entire
down a
mix-up
Kensei.
game. Wow.
Exactly.
All right. So whenever
Yeah.
you see a Conqueror, basically you're going into I'm not quite sure what to do mode.
I mean, it's not I'm not quite sure what to do. It's a fact that anything I do is not going to work.
Because your tools get shut down so effectively.
Yeah.
Right.
He just has to block, and then I'm screwed.
Wow. Well, it seems
Yeah.
that the Kensei definitely has some positive matchups, but when he gets
does.
his worst, then he's really has a hard time.
Yeah, it's really bad against a Conqueror.
Okay, I think with this, we're actually in the outro because Ender has basically shared all of the basics and advanced and playstyle maneuvers that we currently know about the Kensei. So, Ender, thank you very much for taking this time with me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was a great experience. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely hope that after everything you showed me and after us training together, that when I choose the Kensei now, that I have a grasp on what the class can or can't do, and all of the little nuances. I'm still not 100% sure how I'm supposed to remember all those feints.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to tell to promising Kensei players who are saying, "Hey, I'm going to pick up this class with the crazy mustache"?
Absolutely. So, I'm gonna be honest. Kensei is a difficult class because of how it's difficult to start up his offense, and it's hard to rely on chains when you go against Conqueror, things like that. But if you master soft feints, hard feints, and weaving them both into your combos, and get great fundamentals, counter guard breaking, parrying, your time as Kensei will make you a much better player than you would have otherwise been. And that's something that I see very special in the Kensei. He does not have a lot going for him, but because of that, he makes you a great player if you choose to stick with him.
Nice. Those are some definitely great parting words. But Ender, you have fallen into my trap, for I have learned all your secrets, and you are useless to me now.
Traitor!
Goodbye, and thanks for all the fish.